Hello dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. This is Uncut Fishing and I want to welcome you to this river stream. It's September, season's drawing to the close, and I mean by that trout spawning period will start pretty soon. So I'm trying to squeeze something out of those days that remain. It's about 9:30. I could have been here at least 40 minutes earlier if I got out of the house 10 minutes earlier. You know, I hit that time of the day when there are huge traffic jams. So we begin with the perch, and I suspect these will be attacking the spinner quite a lot. I'm using a number 2 Mapsaglia TW copper colored with an original hook. Actually, I forgot to replace it. I could do it now, but okay, let's try with this one. The stream that I'm at is a trout stream, but they are in minority here, to put it mildly. On the other hand, conditions are very good here, so the ones who do survive here, they can grow to pretty large sizes. So my goals are not to catch a lot of fish, and that would be very surprising if I caught, let's say, more than 5. As you can see, there are plenty of perch. More than 5 in this session. I think a realistic and a very good result would be to catch a couple, obviously including a better one, but you never know. There were numerous times in this stream when I caught no trout. And September is also this time of year when they are not always very active, and it's quite unpredictable. Conditions today are very summer-like. Right now it's still, well, morning, but the sun is, as you can see out, it will be sunny and it will be really warm. So I don't know how that affects them. We'll see. Obviously, if we go by the textbook, this is not good. And we hit the bit that I will not be able to wade through. As you can see, banks are also not very welcoming here. The opposite bank is not bad, but I will not be able to reach it. I'm trying to catch another perch before I move on. They are attacking on every cast. It's very cautious touches. Not much in terms of the distance that I can squeeze out here. While the spinner drops to the bottom, it approaches my zone. Oh, they are still poking at the spinner, but not in a very serious manner. Okay. Okay, so maybe I started recording slightly too early, considering that I need to get out. Nice spot, but okay, let's move on. Let's move on so that we reach faster stretch quicker. You might be able, I don't know if the lighting allows to see some fish in there swimming around, but as I said, in 99% of the cases those will not be trout. And those will not be fish that take on a spinner. A lot of peaceful fish in there. This is slightly better. This is the first trout. Here it is. A medium-sized fish. High 20s. 10, 11 inches, 11 maybe. That's a good beginning. Very good beginning. Not a large fish, but still a fish. So, one of those hundreds of perch took it. When there are too many perch, that hurts trout fishing very much, because they're like bodyguards of trout. They will, you know, get onto the lure very quickly, sometimes several fish at a time, looking at it, examining it. And I don't know, I think that maybe trout doesn't attack it then, because it sees other fish at it. And when you make several casts, and on every cast, as soon as the lure hits the water, perch are around it. Oh, as in this case, several perch. I think that trout have time to make up their mind not to take it. But I might be wrong, I may be wrong. Another medium-sized fish. Very nice shape. So already it is sort of exceeding my expectations, but let's not get too hasty here. Oh, there was a touch, but a very mild, probably a perch. I could check this run out from the bank, but I want to do it while it's still in a, let's say, untouched condition. The fish didn't have the chance to maybe see me. Okay. pretty sure there's nothing in there, but I mean nothing active in there. I think it did have time to detect my lure before, but the spot is just too good. The main thing about this bit is that the current is so narrow. And there is the narrowest bit, so everything that flows by is concentrated there. That's what makes the spot so attractive. Nice perch. And a small perch. Here it is. Actually, before I started recording, I was expecting to get maybe the first fish here in this narrow bit, but I got 2 fish before that, so that's all good. I'm at a different spot. As you can see, the river hasn't changed much, but I found the fish. I found the fish, and it is a fish of the day, if not more. I'm not taking any risks. I changed the spinner to a larger one, the Psaglia TW copper colored number 3, replaced the hook just in case, although the original hook looked fine. I tightened the drag a bit, and actually I'm quite nervous. Let's hope it shows itself again. It went after my smaller spinner once. It is a humongous trout. As you can see, it is not interested in the spinner anymore. That is a shame. So that's maybe how these other fish in there feel. This one, at least, it showed itself. I then backtracked, composed myself, but as you can see, the fish is either no longer there or it is not interested in the spinner. humongous trout. Okay, maybe we'll still be able to see it. No, no folks. Okay, that means I have to change to something different, but I cannot leave this spot before I try something different, because usually on this stream, and on any stream for that matter, finding fish like that does not happen twice a day. Rather, it may happen, but, well, on very rare occasions. Okay, and there's nothing in this box. Let's check the different one. Okay, this is a different one. What to try? What to try? Should I try this crank that sometimes saves me? Okay, let's try it. Size should not be an issue. It could be 3 times larger. I mean the crank. No. So, it doesn't look like anything much, but a fish of the season. Fish of the season. Unfortunately, just one rise to the spinner, and then complete ignore whatever I put on. I wonder if it is still there. It should be there. So yeah, that may answer the question why this river is so difficult to fish. It may be actually fished quite heavily by the locals, and these large trout, they have seen things. Now these following perch look so pathetic. Come on. How the heck does it stick to those leaves? So I get a trout, but this looks very small. Although it's a pretty decent fish. Don't want to stress it with the net. Okay, I might have to use the net. So this is a consolation fish. Pretty good. But not a giant. But actually a pretty nice fish now nonetheless. Here it is. 40 centimeters, about 16 inches. So, it's not bad. It would be amazing if not for that giant sighting. And some of you might think now that I made a mistake probably, that this was the fish that I saw. There is a possibility it was, but it would be a pretty huge mistake to make. It's obviously, as I said, not impossible. The fish that I saw seemed to be, I don't know, 55 centimeters. But maybe that was just an illusion and it rose to this spot. Who knows? Now it's impossible to say. But this was a nice fish. In any case, I think we'll check out this bend and we'll wrap this segment up. Let's not press our luck. I was hoping to get 3 fish. That was almost my planned maximum. My, let's say, optimistic estimation. And I got 3 fish, so all good. And the last one turned out to be the largest. This spot is probably the Perch Haven. Let's make a couple more casts. Yeah, this spot has nothing. And on this cast, I would like to thank for your attention. It was fun. I mean, yeah, I wasted a lot of time trying to catch that fish. Maybe Maybe this last trout was the same fish. It looked larger, but who knows. In any case, it all worked out to some degree, and I'm happy. So once again, this was Uncut Fishing, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.